Hey guys, it's Kevin again. This is my review for Pretty Little Liars, Season 5, Episode 19, Out Damn Spot. And once again, another great episode. A lot of things that I thought of in this episode, a lot of new theories and things like that. Not as good as last week's. It was not the best episode of the season, but it was definitely, as usual, a great episode. I don't think this show is going to have a bad episode at all this season. And let's just get into this episode because it was great. So we start off and we see Arya, she's heading to class and she's not studied for her test. And she begins copying off this kid, Andrew, in front of her. We'll get to him later, but that was really interesting. So Hanna corners Spencer and needs help with college. She got accepted into several schools, but none of them are offering her financial aid. So definitely she has a lot of problems going on there because, I mean, she needs that financial aid. And basically, you know, she needed it. So Spencer goes through the paperwork, explains to her that the reason she was denied is because of her dad's income. Her dad's income, he should have paid for it. And I mean, what parent doesn't pay for their child's college aid? I mean, seriously. I know that my parents, they've already started saving up money for me for college. So what parent doesn't do that? Like, seriously. Her dad is like the worst kind of parent you could have because he doesn't even care about her college aid. So basically, after class, this kid, Andrew, the guy that Arya was copying off of, he corners Arya and demands to know why she was copying off of him. He's not mad, but he offers to tutor her. Something about him, though, just seemed a little bit intimidating. I didn't know what it was, but just something about him, I couldn't figure it out. I just don't trust the guy. He just seems kind of too perfect, you know? He just seems like the perfect guy for Arya. I mean, first of all, if you remember what Ezra said to her, that he told her to break up with him, basically, I was thinking that these two were possibly going to, like, get together or something. I thought that that was what was going to happen here. It doesn't happen, but I could definitely see it happening. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't trust this guy. Because, of course, this is one of those shows where you never really know who to trust. And this guy, I don't really trust him. I'm going to be honest. I don't. So Emily goes for a bike ride with Tahlia, and they head out in the woods, and as I said, I liked Emily and Tahlia in the last episode, but in this episode, Tahlia seemed kind of suspicious to me. Definitely. I mean, when Emily was dating Maya, I had this weird theory that, I always had that weird theory that Maya was A, and it never, but of course Maya ended up getting killed by A, so that obviously did not end up well. I was a weird kid back then when I came up with that theory, but there were some things tonight that kind of made me think that Tahlia could be A, just because of how secretive she's being with Emily. We find out something big about Tahlia, which I'll get to, but Tahlia takes her to the spot where she had her first kiss in 4th grade, and they sit down and chat, and Tahlia asks Emily what her biggest fear is, and Emily leans in and kisses Tahlia and doesn't answer her question, which is understandable what her biggest fear is. Her biggest fear is A, and obviously she's not going to tell her about that, so that's why she just shut her up by it. I was thinking Emily would tell her something else, but you know, she didn't tell her anything. So Hanna heads home, finds her mom sitting in the dark drinking wine, and she tells Hanna that she finally talked to Ted, and she told him the truth about sleeping with Jason. And Ted told her that he needed some time to think and he would call her later. And, I mean, while she did the right thing, at the same time, she just ruined things with Ted. Ted was the perfect guy for Ashley. Seriously, he was. He was the perfect guy for her. And she just ruined it. I'm sorry, you just ruined it with Ted. You wanted to be with him, now you can't because you just told him what happened. So, basically, Ashley's crying to Hanna that Ted couldn't even look at her. And that's understandable because, I mean, what she did to Ted, obviously it's understandable why he really couldn't look at her. So, after school, Spencer calls Arya. She's convinced that her brother Mike is A and is working with Allie, and Arya reassures her that she will keep an eye out on him. She does not think that Mike is that kind of person. She does not think that Mike would do that because, of course, he's dating Mona, and, you know, he was dating Mona at the time, and she does not think that Mona would do something like that. As I said before, I don't know if Mona actually died, though. I don't know if she, I mean, I know she died, but I don't know if it, like, I still feel like she faked her death. I talked about this, and I still feel like it's true that she sort of faked her death. So Spencer gets off the phone, and her neighbor Johnny is in the kitchen, and I love Spencer and Johnny, I gotta say. I know people don't like him and find him suspicious. Me personally, though, I love Spencer and Johnny. I do. I think that he is the perfect person for her after Toby, because as I said, I think her and Toby are not really going to stay together for that much longer. Plus the fact that when you get together with someone, you know, after high school, you sort of depart ways. I definitely feel like Spencer and Toby are headed that way. So I like Johnny. I like Johnny's character overall. He's in her kitchen raiding her refrigerator. He says that he's painting a mural at Hollis, and he invites her to tag along and help him. And Spencer has to work on getting into college, where he persuades her with dinner, but I'm just like, what? Didn't Spencer talk about it in the last episode that she did not want to get into college? I mean, she said it was a possibility. She never said that I don't want to go to college. She never said that. She said she was thinking about it. So I understand that, but at the same time, it's like, okay, whatever. Arya hears her brother's phone ring. This scene was just fucking creepy. This honestly was creepy right here. Arya hears her brother's phone ringing. She answers, and it's a collect call from Allie in prison, and she says, Hank Mahoney, and then hangs up. What? Why? Now, part of the reason she did that is because, one, she could have been doing something wrong, because, you know, when you're in prison and everything, you only get one phone call. That's how it works. Two, she has to sort of disguise herself or whatever, but why the hell is she calling herself Hank Mahoney? I don't know. We find out later, but, you know, definitely that was very interesting. So, Spencer and Johnny head to Hollis after hours to paint the mural in the dark. They chat and get to know each other, and Johnny tells her about his ex-girlfriend. And you can see them getting close and everything, and meanwhile, it's at Hannah's house. She bickers with Ashley over financial aid, and Ashley says that calling her dad and asking for help is not an option, and basically, you know, Hanna thinks that's a good idea, but, you know, Ashley's saying it's not going to work and everything, but honestly, that's what she has to do. I don't understand why Ashley can't just give her the money, though. Like, why can't Ashley do it? Is Ashley really that poor that she can't give her money? I mean, what is it, like a couple $100s? I know that Ashley doesn't have that money, but maybe she could, like, talk to her father or something. I don't know. Maybe Ted could even do it. I don't know, but there were other options. Arya storms into Mike's room and wants to know why he has been talking to Allie and who Hank Mahoney is. And Mike refuses to answer her questions and informs her it's none of her business. Yeah, Mike, that doesn't make you seem shady at all. Definitely not shady at all. I mean, seriously, that is probably like the most shady thing you could have done. If somebody suspects that you are doing something, you'd never say that's none of your business. Because I don't think Mike realizes that he is a suspect right now for Allie's murder. I don't think he realizes, I mean, for working for Allie, I don't think he realizes this, so, he is sounding extremely shady right now, definitely, he's really making me think that he is A. So at the coffee shop, this was a very, very interesting twist. I don't know where this is gonna go. I mean, I didn't know where this was gonna go, but this just came out of nowhere. I knew there was something about Tahlia, I knew it, because she just seemed too suspicious to me. She seemed like she was suddenly rushing into a relationship with Emily, and she wasn't telling her something. And we find out what it is in this episode. Because Emily notices Tahlia's files in Ezra's stack of payroll, and she's shocked when she learns that Tahlia's married and listed her husband as an emergency contact number. So yeah, Tahlia's married and didn't even have the heart to tell her. Like, seriously, Tahlia? Why would you not tell Emily that? Like, it doesn't make any sense why she didn't tell her that. And Emily obviously is upset about her, but that is pretty big that she did not tell her that she was married. I was surprised by that. So Mike logs it into his computer, messages someone named Hank Mahoney, and he says that Allie told him what to bring, and they need to meet up tomorrow. So that was very interesting. So Mike opens the mini fridge in his room, and opens a decoy can of a protein shake, and inside it's a vial of blood. And basically, yeah, so he has a vial of blood in his room. That was very interesting. The next day, Spencer's furious when she sees the newspaper. She realizes that the mural she helped Johnny paint with was illegal, and it's vandalism. And obviously she's pissed off, because what just happened to her? She was literally just arrested, and just got off of parole. She just got off of it. So, you know, now that's happened to her, now she's gotten off her parole. I mean, seriously, she just got off her parole, she just reformed herself, so obviously she does not want to look suspicious right now, and she does not want to look like I mean, if she does something illegal, she can be sent back to jail, and she's screaming at him. I mean, everything she's saying, she has every right to be angry here. She's screaming at him that she was arrested for murder and can get into trouble again, and storms off. Arya sits down with Andrew for her tutoring session, and again, Spencer has every right to be angry, and I understand why she was angry. So Arya sits down with Andrew for a tutoring session, and Hanna keeps texting her and interrupting and asking about Mike. And Andrew realizes that someone's worried about her brother, and Ari and Andrew, they were getting kind of close. If you remember, Ezra was telling her to not, to basically move on from him, and I was kind of thinking that those two were going to get closer. I did. Definitely, I could see some sort of relationship between them in the future, not right now, but I could definitely see a relationship from them in the near future, definitely. At work, Tahlia is flirting with Emily, trying to get her to try some food she has been cooking, and Emily's freaking out on her and demands no one true is going to tell her. Again, she has every right to be angry here because obviously she's married and she's really upset about that. So Ezra hears them screaming, rushes inside. Emily storms out of the coffee shop and sees Mike at the ATM taking out a ton of money, grabs the receipt after he leaves, realizes that whatever account he is taking at has over $20,000. What is he going to need $20,000 for? He's not the one going to college right now. So what is he going to need $20,000 for? I have no idea what he's going to need $20,000 for. Unless he's helping Arya with, like, her college or something. I don't know what he needs $20,000 for. I have literally no idea. No idea whatsoever. So Emily rushes to Arya's house, tells her about Mike. They hear Mike take the car. They beg Andrew to take his car so they can follow him. And Andrew's car is standard. They don't know how to drive a stick shift. So Andrew agrees to drive them. And that whole time I'm like, I just feel like there's something up about Andrew. I don't know what it is. He just seems I don't know what it is about him. There's just something about him that I think is very shady. I don't know, guys. I feel like he is very shady and he's hiding something. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like he's hiding something. Don't ask me what it is. I don't know. I just feel he's hiding something. So they rush inside, thank Andrew for the ride. They're shocked to see Mike is meeting with Cyrus, who is Allie's fake kidnapper, who is her real kidnapper. But he introduced himself to Mike as Hank. Now, here's what I think is going on. Now, I think that Mike, as I said, ratted out Allie and put her in jail and she didn't do anything. So I think that Allie is getting her revenge on Mike by working with the enemy. She is teaming up with Cyrus, and Cyrus, he clearly does not know his real name. She's clearly lying to Mike, but I think she's lying to Mike because she's getting revenge on him because of what Cyrus did to her. Do I think Cyrus is a good guy? No, I don't. I don't think Cyrus is a good guy. I think that Cyrus, is terrible for what he did to Allie, because we know what happened to Allie was real. We saw it. We know what happened to her was real, and she talked about it. We know what happened there, so we know it's real. What I think's going on there, though, is basically that, I think that Allie set Mike up, and that's why he thinks he's working with Hank, but he's really working with Cyrus, the enemy, and it's not going to end well for him. That's what I think is going on. Because if Allie knew someone would get her out of there, she'd obviously try to go in full revenge mode. That's just an Allie thing to do, and I feel like Allie would do that in this situation. But I don't know. I think that's what's going on. That's just my theory. That's what I think is happening. So Hanna heads to her dad's office, tells him about her college money situation, and basically, she goes against Ashley's back, and her dad informs her that he can't afford to pay her tuition. And this is so sad what he does. Like, seriously, is her dad not, like, the worst dad ever? Like, seriously, you don't do this to your daughter. He's paying his stepdaughter's college and tuition over hers, her stepsister, Katie, I think her name is, and obviously she is pissed at him. Obviously she's pissed because the last time they had a conversation about college, she was 12, and she's very pissed at him for that. He's not listening to her. He's not doing what she wants him to do, and she's obviously pretty pissed at him, and it's understandable why she's pissed at him. I mean, definitely, there's a lot of reasons why she should be pissed at him, and I think that all the reasons she gives, yeah, she should be pretty pissed at him for that, definitely. But I felt really bad for Hanna in this situation, definitely, and I thought that was definitely very sad what happened to her. So Emily, Spencer, and Ari are standing outside the bar. They receive a text message from A, and it says, "Thanks for the get-in-jail-free card," and has a picture of their vials of blood. Cyrus comes outside, sees the liars. He chases them, corners them up against a dumpster with his motorcycle, and Andrew apparently didn't leave. He appears with a baseball bat, scares off Cyrus, and Cyrus before is like, "What are you going to do to me? What do you want with me?" Like, he just seemed very intimidating. And Andrew, that made me think, okay, maybe Andrew's not a bad guy, but you never know. If he could be A, definitely. He definitely could be A. So Arya and Spencer head back to Spencer's house. They find Johnny stocking her refrigerator, and we get this really funny scene about how Spencer's been stealing Johnny's food. I thought that was really funny. He apologized. She explains why college is important to her. A lot of people are thinking Johnny's very suspicious, but I don't. I think Johnny's a good guy. I really don't. I don't see why everybody thinks Johnny's a suspicious guy. I really don't see it. I think Johnny is a good guy overall. I think that him and Spencer, they have a good, relation. They have a good friendship, and I like them together. I do. I think they're good friends, and I like Johnny. I think he's a good friend for her. I think he's teaching her to move on, and I like that about him a lot. I don't know why everybody does not like Johnny. Just a lot of people they have so many problems with Johnny, and I don't see what it is, because I don't have a problem with Johnny. I think he's a good guy overall. I just don't know why everyone has all these problems with him, because I really don't see it. I don't. I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't see the problem with Johnny. I don't. So basically, Emily heads to Tahlia's house. They discuss their relationship. She explains that, basically, she got a text from her, and she didn't know if she should respond or whatever, but she explains that her husband knows she's into girls, and she hasn't left him because they are best friends now. She apologized to lying for Emily, and Emily explains that there are things that she isn't ready to share with her either, obviously about A and everything, and I'm happy that she apologized to her. At the same time, though, I just find it very shady what she's doing. And I just feel like Tahlia could possibly be A. First of all, it has not taken that long for her and Emily to get together. It took very long for Emily and Paige to get together. It took very long for Maya and Emily to get together. So Emily and Tahlia, I just feel like Tahlia, I feel like she's hiding something. I don't know what it is. I just feel like she's hiding something. Do I think that she's working with A? No, but she could possibly be. You just never know in this show. So Hanna heads to Spencer's house. They have a meeting. They fill her in on the blood samples that Mike gave Cyrus at the bar. They know it is only a matter of time before A used their blood to plant somewhere and get them arrested. Spencer heads downstairs to the kitchen. She has no idea Mike is watching her from outside of the window, and that is how the episode ends. So overall, guys, not too much to say about this episode. There was stuff that happened, but not too much happened in this episode. Overall, though, here's what I have to say about this episode. Also, we see that A is listening at the end to Hanna and Caleb's conversation about the barrel. So that is A is definitely 2 steps ahead of them, which is just huge that we're seeing that. So basically, Mike and Cyrus, I definitely feel like Allie has Mike on her revenge. Allie is getting her revenge on Mike now. I feel like Cyrus is working with Allie, and they're going to take down Mike. I definitely feel like that's what's going to happen there. As far as Hanna goes, I definitely feel like she needs to get some intuition from, she needs to get some college pay from somebody, and it looks like Ezra, she talked to Ezra before, and he said he might help her, but she tried to call Ari, and she didn't answer, so I don't know who she's going to turn to. There was a point where I thought she was going to turn to Ashley, but she needs to turn to somebody, because she's not going to end up in college if she doesn't, she doesn't get her college pay. Out of all the girls, though, I could definitely see Hanna being the one not going to college, because of what Hannah's been through, her rebellious stage in the beginning of the season. I could definitely see her not going to college. So if she doesn't go to college, I could definitely see it. I'm going to be honest there. I could definitely see Hanna not going to college. As far as Arya and Andrew, I like them overall. I just feel Andrew, I don't know what it is. He just seems suspicious to me. Do you guys feel he's as suspicious as I do? I just feel like he is definitely very suspicious. As far as Cyrus, as I said, I know what's going on there. But as far as Emily and Tahlia just seems very suspicious as well. She just seems way too shady. She seems like she's definitely hiding something from Emily. I don't know what it is. I just feel like there's more that she's hiding. She just seemed like she, is hiding something from her. She seems very suspicious, and it just seems like it's too good to be true. It really does. I mean, think of how many relationships with them have been too good to be true. Hanna and Mona, their friendship, too good to be true. Ari and Ezra, almost too good to be true. Ezra was like this close to being A, but he's not, obviously. Spencer and Johnny, I don't see why everybody thinks that Johnny is A. I don't see that possibility at all. I don't see anything with Johnny being A. I just don't see that being a possibility. Ashley, I feel so bad for what happened with Ashley and Ted. Ashley definitely needs to call Ted and, apologize for what happened, because, she didn't mean for what happened with Ted to happen, and I definitely feel bad for her and Ted. They definitely need to fix things. But overall, guys, this is my review. Not really much to say about this episode. Overall, a great episode. As usual, a great episode, but not really too much to say. And I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be my review for tonight's episode of Justified. So I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.